Welcome to another Verdict Vantage podcast. We have breaking news in the case of Stephan Stearns, Madeline Soto, and Jennifer Soto.
Welcome to Verdict Vantage, covering breaking news stories. Thank you for supporting our research. We would like to extend a trigger warning before we continue. Please be advised.
This video contains discussions about true crime, which may include topics such as violence, assault, and other distressing incidents. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you're not familiar with the Madeline Soto case, please take a moment to go back into our videos and catch up on the latest news with Madeline Soto and Stephan Stearns in the disappearance of a 13-year-old middle school girl who went missing and was found dead in the woods, suspected to be killed by her mother's boyfriend. Today, we finally have breaking news that we all were hoping for. Stephan Stearns faces 60 new charges in Madeline Soto disappearance death case, police say. This is a report from Fox Orlando 35. Let's go ahead and get straight into the coverage. The state attorney's office on Tuesday filed 60 new criminal charges against Stephan Stearns, the prime suspect in the disappearance and death of Madeline Soto, a 13-year-old girl whose body was found in Osceola County after she was thought to be missing for a week. Stearns has not yet been charged for Soto's death as of Tuesday. Stearns, who is the boyfriend of Madeline Soto's mother, Jennifer Soto, has been charged with 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12, 5 counts of sexual battery with a child aged 12 to 18, 7 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation, and 40 counts of unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child, 10 or more images, according to the Kissimmee Police Department. We appreciate the efforts of our partners in the state attorney's office in assisting with seeking justice for Madeline, said Kissimmee Chief of Police Betty Holland. With this being a complex case with many facets, our work is not done, and we are continuing our investigation into the timeline leading up to Madeline's death. He remains in custody at the Osceola jail after he was arrested February 28th on unrelated charges after he voluntarily turned his phone over to law enforcement during the search for his girlfriend's daughter, including sexual battery and the possession of child sex abuse material. The night of his arrest, the Orange County Sheriff's Office named him the prime suspect in Madeline Soto's disappearance. The state attorney's office has been working closely with KPD and received evidence that gave us cause to file formal charges against Stearns, State Attorney Andrew Bain said. We appreciate the thoroughness and detailed attention of their investigation and will continue to work with our law enforcement partners to build a strong case against the defendant. Stearns will be arraigned on the charges on April 2nd. According to the state attorney's office, sexual battery on a child under 12 is a capital felony and is punishable by life in prison or death if convicted. His other charges carry sentences up to life in prison or 5 years in prison for each count. The charges came just over 2 weeks after Madeline Soto's body was found on the afternoon of March 1st off Old Hickory Tree Road in rural Osceola County, officials said. She was found in this area where Stearns was last seen possibly changing a flat tire on Monday afternoon, wearing clothing similar to what Madeline Soto was last seen in. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Stearns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Stearns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle, Sheriff Mina said during a press conference last week. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Our thoughts and well wishes go out to all families and parties involved in this unthinkable tragedy. Share your condolences in the comments below, and thank you again for tuning in to Verdict Vantage.
Madeline Soto was last seen the morning of February 26th, officials said. Stearns is said to have dropped her off at school that day, but Orange County Sheriff John Mina says she never made it. It's believed that Madeline Soto was actually dead already on Monday morning, and Stearns allegedly moved her body after disposing her backpack and school-issued laptop in a dumpster in Kissimmee. Since Stearns' arrest, he has not spoken to law enforcement about his alleged involvement, Sheriff Mina said. Former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rowland says Stearns may have thought he could fool investigators. This is a perfect example of someone who thought, I can get away with this. Unfortunately, everything is now pointing to the fact that he had been caught for the murder of this child, he said. Here at Verdict Vantage, we want to take a moment to send our deepest condolences to anyone and everyone impacted by the sudden loss of Madeline Soto. Stay tuned for future coverage. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again.